There are 3 different types of fear that keep us addicted to vaping, smoking weed, or whatever the addiction may be. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you guys each of those sources of fear, and I'm going to give you a solution to each one. So make sure you grab a pen and a piece of paper or something like that, because you're really going to want to write this stuff down. I promise it's good. The first and primary thing that keeps us addicted is the fear of loss. When someone is going to quit vaping or quit smoking weed, especially if they're quitting nicotine products, there's a fear of loss, the fear that you're giving something up, the fear that you're making a sacrifice. And this is far, far, far from the truth. Let's take, for example, nicotine products. People think, oh, I'm giving up my crutch. I'm giving up my stress reliever. I'm giving up my anxiety reliever. The only relief you get from using nicotine is the stress relief that was created from your last hit. Okay? You take a hit of nicotine, 30 minutes later, your body starts to go into a state of withdrawal, and then you crave another hit. You take another hit, you light up another smoke, and suddenly you feel better. You feel stress relief. You feel calm. All you did was solve the immediate problem that you were facing, and that problem was that you were entering active withdrawals again. Realize something. You're not giving up anything. And I want you to focus on all of the things that you stand to gain back in life. If you're struggling with nicotine addiction, THC addiction, alcohol addiction, you're already missing out on so many good things. And quitting is about everything that you're going to gain back. If you want to succeed, you need to have an open mindset and you need to have a positive mindset. And I'm telling you, it's the truth. It's about what you're gaining back. The second fear that people face, so make a list. Make a list of all the things you're going to gain back. This isn't about what you're giving up. The second fear that people face is the fear of the challenge, the fear of the process that lies ahead of them. So how am I going to get through the withdrawals? How am I going to wake up and face the stressors and the challenges of day-to-day life without nicotine, without weed, without alcohol, whatever it may be? Understand something. When you quit an addiction, yes, in some regards, life does get easier, but life is still going to have a bunch of challenges. Business challenges, relationship challenges, faith challenges. Your life is still going to be challenging. There's still going to be hardships. But something beautiful happens. When you step up and you voluntarily accept a challenge, the challenge in today's case, quitting a substance, quitting an addiction, you start to build little amounts of bravery. It's brave of you to take on a challenge, to voluntarily take on a challenge, the challenge of quitting. That's brave. And the more bravery you build, the more courage you build, the more confidence you build. And then when other things pop up in life that suck, when other things pop up in life that challenge you, you're coming from a place of strength. You're coming from a place of elevated self-esteem. You're coming from a whole new mindset. So get ready to accept this challenge and look forward to accepting this challenge, because you're about to build an entire toolkit of mental and physical endurance that you never knew you had access to. And you're going to be able to apply this to so many categories of your life. And I think this is one of the number one things that makes so many people who suffered with addiction successful. They're brave. They voluntarily took on a challenge, something that they thought to be difficult. They got through it and they developed tools and skills. Now, the last type of fear that people face that keeps them addicted is the fear of, what if I quit and my life doesn't change? What if my life isn't any better? You have to stop thinking this way. You have to be open-minded and you have to think positive. Because if you think this way, what that really means is that you're really, really scared of change. And if you're really scared of change, you're never going to experience any type of growth. And that's why addiction traps us. It doesn't allow for growth. It doesn't allow for change. And this is a horrible, horrible mentality created by addiction. Understand something. Things are already not good. That's why you're watching my channel. When I was at home, 28 years old, watching adult media content, smoking dank vapes and chewing tobacco and vaping all day long, things were not good. I'm not saying they could have gotten worse. They could have gotten a lot worse. But they already weren't good. So you owe it to yourself to see what's on the other side of that coin. You owe it to yourself to see what's on the other side, because guess what? Sometimes the grass is a lot greener on the other side. And on the flip side of this third fear, the fear of what if life isn't better, there's the fear of what if I am successful? What if I do succeed? And this is really, really scary, because if that happens, that means you've come to a point where you've stopped believing your own BS. This is a point now where you can't make excuses anymore. This is a point in your life where you know you're capable of doing that thing. And now you're taking responsibility. You're taking accountability. And that's really, really scary, especially when we're stuck in a state of active addiction. But I have good news for you. I have such good news for you. When you get there, when you go through that challenge and you build up the bravery and you build up the endurance and the grit and all the things I talked about earlier, you're going to be approaching success from a different frame of mind. You're going to be approaching success from a different place, a different mentality, with a different set of tools. And I promise you, it's not going to be something that you're scared of when you get there. Because the person you are now is going to be different from the person that you're going to become when you quit an addiction. Whether it's vaping, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, quitting opioids, I don't care what it is. You will inherently be different with a new set of tools, prepared to succeed, prepared to take on whatever challenges life throws at you, enthusiastic about change. Okay? When you voluntarily face fear, when you voluntarily take on a challenge like this, you're training yourself to become comfortable with something that you thought to make you uncomfortable. You're becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's incredible, because you can apply that to so many aspects of life. And I guarantee you, you're going to start to run laps around people. You're going to run laps around friends, family. You might become the most successful person you know if you put in that work and you put in that effort. Jordan Peterson said it, fear is poor management of one's mindset. You've spent a lot of time coming up with a lot of lies as to why you can't do this. There's a lot of BS going around in your head from that addictive voice, a lot of fear mongering from that addictive voice, and you bought that BS. So I need you to manage that mindset better. If you're going to buy your own BS, if you've already subscribed to your own excuses and your own BS as to all the reasons why you can't, why you're not capable of, why don't you start to subscribe to the idea that you can, the idea that you are capable of, the idea that you're not going to wait till tomorrow, the idea that you're going to do it right now, the idea that you're going to quit today because there's no better opportunity than right now. The conversations you have, the conversations you go to bed with are the same conversations you wake up with. And eventually, you're going to act on those thoughts. So why not set yourself up for an opportunity at success, for a shot at actually succeeding? If you're going to subscribe to your thoughts, why not make them positive? Why not make them productive? Why focus on being destructive when you know you're capable of better, when you know it's BS? Why not? Voluntarily take on this challenge today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't watch another video of mine. Tell me in the comments. If you're going to buy it. Tell me in the comments today's date, today's time, and that you're done, that you're quitting, that you're no longer going to be trapped by by the cloud of fear that nicotine addiction and THC addiction and alcohol addiction and whatever it is creates. You got nothing to fear, my friend. You got nothing to fear. I promise. The grass for many people is a lot greener on the other side, and I hope to see you there. I'll see you guys in the comments.